And my view is this space goes from 2.5, 3 trillion now. By the end of this cycle, it's 10 to 15 trillion. By the end of, let's say, 2032, just extrapolating the normal log trend of this, it's $100 trillion by 2032. So the amount of wealth that's going to get generated is going to get recycled into the space. People will buy high-end property in nice places, but a lot of people in this space won't go outside of this space. And it gets recycled, whether it's VC, whether it's the opportunities of building the applications layer. But really, people seek trophy assets. And so I've just been buying as much trophy assets as I can for a kind of long 10-year time horizon, because I think this is the last chance you'll ever get to buy this stuff at the kind of prices it is.
Similar to other crypto enthusiasts, Raoul Pal, a renowned macro analyst and former Goldman Sachs executive, holds an exceptionally bullish outlook on cryptocurrency asset prices for 2024 and 2025. Pal projects that the overall crypto market capitalization will surge to a new all-time high of $12 to $15 trillion by 2025, quadrupling the current range of $2.50 to $2.70 trillion, and reaching approximately $100 trillion by 2030. In a recent interview with Coin Bureau's Jessica Walker, Pal shared his updated outlook and price predictions for the upcoming crypto bull market. Despite recent fluctuations in prices, Pal remains optimistic, eagerly anticipating what he refers to as the banana zone, a phase characteristic of every crypto bull market where prices experience significant surges. Pal anticipates this phase to commence later this year, coinciding with central banks signaling rate cuts and politicians distributing monetary incentives to voters. Pal has long emphasized the deep correlation between the macroeconomic environment and crypto asset prices. He attributes this relationship to the aftermath of the 2008 global financial crisis, which compelled central banks to print more money to salvage the economy, thereby establishing quantitative easing as a periodic measure adopted by major central banks worldwide. Amidst the buzz surrounding spot Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs, Pal remains confident that the next 12 to 18 months will be highly favorable for the entire cryptocurrency industry.
Stop. You don't have time. Don't miss out this 2025 bull run. Educate yourself first ahead of the crowd. We have created the ultimate step-by-step crypto cheat guide that will guide you this bull run. Unlock the secrets of crypto and make smarter investments today. Now by clicking on the link below to get your exclusive copy just under $10.
The banana zone is something that both Arthur and I talk a lot about. It's that point in the cycle where liquidity comes in, where central banks need to refi all of the debt. It's when politicians bribe the people with plenty of candy. It's that moment that crypto tends to go vertical, and it's very cyclical. It's driven by this macroeconomic forces of this debt refi cycle. It affects all the asset prices over the time, but crypto is the one that goes truly bananas. So again, the simplest way is don't this up. So just have a core portfolio, the big stuff. But if you get the other stuff right, you can make a lot of money in the other stuff. The 10, 20% of your portfolio, there's a bit more degen. That's when you're going to see some really interesting stuff. Now, if you go back to the classic banana zone from the last cycle, that's when Solana, Avalanche, Luna, and Matic came. And the performance in 1 year out of those four tokens was insane. We're going to see that repeat. Who's it going to be? What's it going to be? I don't know yet. But that's a game to be had in the banana zone. And it's part of the fun that you can actually degen in and feel like you've really nailed something. Because really most of the game is just doing nothing and just letting it all play out. When you narrow everything down, the outcome for everything is printing money. So the worse anything happens in the US, the more likely they are to print money. So election years tend to be very, very positive, and the year after for risk assets, just because everybody's buying votes and then kind of proving themselves afterwards and mopping up the pieces and paying that interest on the debt. So there's that military side. You've then got all the retirees with the baby boomers with all the votes. Well, they want their healthcare. And then the third part of the equation is somebody needs to pay the interest on the debt. And the only way of doing this is the magic money printer.
Raoul, you mentioned that you are 90% Solana. So is there anything else within the Solana ecosystem that you've got on your portfolio or on your watch list right now?
No, I mean, I'm just trying to do nothing. The one thing I've been observing is stuff like the ETH Bitcoin cross. You know, ETH got into the total hate zone, which always gets interesting to me. And then the ETH Bitcoin cross starts breaking higher, bounce right off the bottom of the range. I'm interested in that because that's the start of altcoin season in its truest form. So if it breaks a bit higher than here, we can see why that will happen now, because the ETF, it's been delayed a bit, but we saw it with Bitcoin. The run starts well before the launch. That then recycles capital up the risk curve. and that's banana zone. So for me, the focus is the banana zone, trying to get that right, because that's where you can make a lot of money. So you kind of have to focus, even if you're not doing anything. You don't want to lose your coins, because that's the most painful part of losing it is in the banana zone. Just hold on to your coins, and also don't fuck it up by owning the wrong stuff, getting way out the risk curve, and you're left with the whole middle of the crypto market rallies, and you're so far out the risk curve in some weird political token from South Korea that you miss out on the entire rally, which I've seen. Or you're still stuck in the last narrative. You're stuck in, one of the big layer ones from 3 cycles ago, thinking it's definitely going to come back this time.
While Powell maintains an exceptionally bullish stance on cryptocurrencies and the broader digital asset space, he cautions that certain top 10 projects, such as Cardano and XRP, may not possess the necessary elements to sustain growth in forthcoming cycles. In contrast, the founder and CEO of Real Vision expresses strong optimism towards Solana, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. He believes Solana will surpass Ethereum and Bitcoin in performance, while Ethereum, as the largest altcoin, will likely outperform Bitcoin, notably once we enter the banana zone. Additionally, Powell has a significant portion of his investment portfolio allocated to NFTs and meme coins like Dogecoin and Bonk. Despite acknowledging the speculative nature and high risk associated with this segment of the crypto market, Powell underscores the potential for substantial returns, emphasizing that meme coins are a vital component of the crypto space. During the interview, Powell and Arthur discussed their Deegan bags while making a noteworthy prediction regarding Dogecoin. Here are further excerpts from their conversation.
What's so interesting about meme coins is that utility is either zero or small, right? Bonk has some utility, Shiba Inu has some utility, but the actual cultural value is the attention that these things get. The attention is upstream of everything. It's so easy to understand. You don't need to value it. Does this capture attention? Is that attention persistent? And do I get some sort of feel-good factor or status by owning it? And it's the same as a LVMH, a Louis Vuitton handbag, and it's the same with fine wines. It's the same with the meme on the internet that you share. It's all the same thing. It's just concentrated attention. So if you think of a lot of the degen stuff is basically attention. I don't have enough attention to give out because I'm too busy. So I've kept it pretty straightforward. So I've got Whiff, Bonk. I still own Doge because I still think Elon's going to do something with Doge. That's about it. I observe the space. Everyone reads Ansem's feed and trying to figure out what the is going on, stuff like that. But I don't have enough attention to give out to the attention that it needs. So you can actually need to know what you're doing a little bit. So yeah. Arthur is obviously, he's a man of leisure. He can do whatever he wants. He's got time.
Yeah, I mean, to Raul's point, my leisure consists of running around a court and hitting a felt ball, or putting on a piece of board and skiing down a mountainside. So I also don't have the attention to spend on which particular doggy coin is the hottest one. I own some with Dogecoin as well. I think Dogecoin is going to get an ETF by the end of this cycle, just because.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Oh,
because it
really?
And yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's the oldest meme coin. It's on Robinhood in the US. Like, if you're thinking about, TradFi getting into crypto and they're going to put an ETF on anything they can, it's a high market cap thing. It's been around for a while. It's like the original meme coin joke. I mean, Palmer rage quit from crypto, even though he created this like amazingly hilarious thing. So yeah, I think Doge gets an ETF before the end of the cycle.
I hit up Jan van Eck. It was just last week. I said, Jan, you've got to do this. You've got to file for the Dogecoin ETF. He's like, I just want to make sure I don't go to prison first. I said, look, you'll be fine. It's been around. It's proven itself. It's outperformed Bitcoin every cycle. I mean, it's been astonishingly good. So I'm working in the background to try and make this happen. But I haven't got through Jan yet, but I'll get somebody. We'll get Hunter Horsley, Jan, one of these guys will force across the line. It's unlikely to be BlackRock, but we'll give that a go too.
I think a lot of meme coins are too specific. Like some of the political ones. Yeah, they're funny for a minute, but they don't have any lasting cultural value. Like, what happens if Biden dies, right? Statistically speaking, he has a 7 or 8% chance of dying in the next 12 months. Same with Trump, right? Yeah, the Bowdoin ETF is funny, or Elizabeth Warren, whatever, some of these US specific things. But why is Dog with Hat great? Because I can put a little hat on, and whether you're a Korean or you're Chinese or you're American or you're from Argentina, wherever you're from, you get it. It's funny. if I'm start talking about American politics, number one, I've offended half the people in America. And number two, anyone who's not American, which is 95% of the rest of the world, is like, okay, cool, I get it, but that's not really resonating with me. So I think a lot of the memes that I see are too specific on some piece of culture that isn't going to be globally relevant on an online community that's basically cross-border. So if there's anyone who's done anything, oh, I guess going to start a meme coin and it's going to be, $1 billion market cap within a weekend. Probably not if you're trying to base it on something very specific to you or how you grew up or something like that. It has to be a global thing that's not offensive, that is inclusive, but funny at the same time.
The current overall crypto market cap stands at $2.55 trillion. PAL envisions substantial growth, estimating an increase of at least $7.5 trillion by late 2025, which he believes will signify the culmination of the bull market, followed by a period of macroeconomic decline and the onset of a prolonged winter. However, before this transition, PAL anticipates exciting months ahead, with the potential onset of the banana zone, expected to last until June 2025, preceding a decline in liquidity conditions by December 2025. Over the next 6 years, PAL projects the crypto market to expand by approximately $97 trillion. This reinforces his assertion that crypto represents the most lucrative asset class and the largest macroeconomic opportunity in history. Share your insights on Raul and Arthur's dialogue in the comments below. For more daily dose crypto news, check out these 2 awesome videos on your screen. Click now and we will see you on the next video.